everyone. Brighton, Thailand. Game's finished 5 minutes ago. Where'd that performance come from? I have no idea. I thought the first half we were the better side. Second half Chelsea got back in and without they changed their style and put us under a little bit of pressure. But first half I thought we were fantastic. The goal, oh, dearie me almighty, why can't he do that week in, week out? He had a fantastic game, and there was some really, overall over the 90 minutes of some good performances, and it just goes to show when Costa and Podence come back, even to defend at times, it was a fantastic team performance. Second half, they got back into it, but we had a couple of breakaways. Cunha got through, and I can't remember it. It was either Cunha or Matthias got mixed up, and then Costa's too slow. But performance-wise, it was a 9. Too many people to give a man in a match, but I mean Matthias for the goal. But no, Totti Gomez was fantastic in that position again. But it was I know a couple of teams round us won and a couple got beat, but we're still fighting. We go again next week. See you guys. Up the Wolves.
Hey, Dave, Wolfman Jeff here on the porch here in Chattanooga. So delighted with the game. Quite pleased. I was a little concerned going into it, knowing that Ruben Neves was not going to be able to play for a few matches. But it's been mentioned more than once that Matthias Nunes plays normally the same position that Neves does, and one of the reasons why we may not have seen him play at his level that we expect is that he's playing out of position. Really liked what we saw from Nunes today. It would be great if him and Neves could play together, but he stepped up. So hats off to him. He was the goal winner. He's the man of the match by far. Having said that, though, there was a lot of people that stepped up. I think that the whole midfield was improved. Which again, it's ironic because our best midfielder wasn't there, but they stepped up to it. So I was pleased with that. I think our back line was solid. Honestly, I don't think that Jose Sa really had much to do, and because it stopped before it even got to him. And that was good. Still concerned with our front line, creating great chances. Still just can't get it in. If it wasn't for that wonder goal from Matthias, then it would be a 0-0. So thankfully we've got that. We still got to work on that final third. Won't be dour because I'm very pleased. I get that Chelsea is not the Chelsea we have been seeing. And it's ironic because if you look at their front line, at their initial starting 3, and then the 3 they brought in to substitute, these are all people who have such great history of getting the goal in the box, and yet they couldn't do anything. So a part of it, we have to attribute to our defense, but I think Chelsea is just floundering right now. But hey, we'll take it because we've had how many chances where we had bad luck go our way. So I'm not saying it was because of luck, because we earned those 3 points, and we will savor them just like a delicious meal, Dave. We will savor every point. So we're more secure. We still got some more to do. We've got some more games ahead, and some of them are some pretty tough matches. But I think this gives us a little more ease going into it. So let's stay out of that drop zone. Wolfman Jeff here on the porch in the rain, a fool in the rain, here in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Well, I've had to dust it down. It's been massively underused, but as regular viewers to this channel will see and know, the winning tankard is back. Finally, actually a performance and result worthy of a winning tankard. Now that was, again, we've talked in many weeks about the wrong starting lineup, the wrong players. This week, the manager got it right, and look at the difference. Didn't need to make 2 or 3 changes at half time because it was the right selection. Now, we have to have been a bit critical of him because of this, because I do believe it's cost us games and points. and he didn't know his best team, maybe doesn't know his best team, but maybe this goes a long way today in defining and deciding his best team. Now, of course, we had Ruben Neves missing today. I wondered before the game if that would in some way be a positive. Now, that's no disrespect to Neves. He's a fantastic player, as we know. But I honestly think that generally other players don't take enough responsibility because Ruben Neves takes it all. Today we saw Matheus Nunes take a lot of responsibility in midfield, and Lamina and João Gomez. And I think you'll see that. And it showed them they can take this responsibility. They can drive the team forward. And they can do it. Another thing about today was the aggression, the will to win, and they wanted it. They wanted that today, and they got it. As comfortable as a 1-0 win as you will see, I think, really. Special mentions today. Man of the match. I think you maybe have to give it to Nunes because of his contribution, and not least, what a superb goal it was. I thought Totti was great again. You wouldn't know he's not a left back. He plays left back as a centre half, but he does it while he's aggression. It's hard to get past. Dawson led the defence perfectly. Kilman played well. Look, I thought João Gomez was excellent. Costa played well 60 minutes. Look, a good team performance today. A massive 3 points for the Wolves. And that means it's a good weekend. Cheers, everyone. Wolves 1, Chelsea 0.
Hi there, Chris here in Greece. So Wolves 1, Chelsea 0. Isn't that just the result that we needed this week? I thought Wolves played well. I thought, all in all, we deserved the result. We deserved to win. But there were periods during the game where, Wolves, Chelsea with that attacking lineup, obviously very scary. But in general, Wolves handled it quite well. There were a few chances where Wolves could have hit on the break, and it was quite poor passing. Like one time, I remember, for example, from Diego Costa, who all he had to do was play a simple pass and bring on goal, and we could have put the game beyond them. So there's still a lot of work to be done in order to put goals in the back of the net. I think it was the right decision to make the changes and bring on Hwang and Moutinho. At that point in the game, we needed to shore up the defence. We were under a lot of pressure, and we needed to have a little bit more pace up front. And I think that was a pretty good decision, and I think that was kind of emphasised even more later on when Traore come on. João Moutinho, when he come on, I think made quite a few good interceptions, and he broke up the play from Chelsea, which again was really, really needed at that point. All in all, good game, and I think we have to give credit to Wolves' defence. So yeah, for me, man of the match would be Max Gilman. Really, really good result, back up to 12th. Would love to finish there at the end of the season to kind of signify the changes that have been made by Lopetegui. So, good result, always Wolves. Let's have some more next week.
Hey Dave, well, we have a new contender for a lucky shirt. Wore it against Forest last week, and we got a win against Chelsea today, so I will not be taking this shirt off for the foreseeable future. Again, well, when Wolves are playing at least. Massive win today. You can't overstate how important that was to get 3 points on the board. Even though the performance was really good, but even if it was an ugly win, we just needed to get some points on the board and right the ship. I thought we were great at the back. I don't really remember Chelsea creating much. Sarr didn't really have a lot to do, and midfield was solid. It's almost a case of Ruben who. We didn't miss him at all, which is great. I thought Nunes really stepped it up. Maybe that's what he needed, was not having Neves next to him. I thought he was great, and I mean, there's not enough superlatives about the goal. A brilliant finish, and we edged it, and we deserved it. We absolutely deserved the goal. Of course, Wolves being Wolves, we couldn't get a second or third just to take the pressure off, but we're used to that, right? So really good performance. Really happy with everyone. The only person I was a little disappointed in was Costa. I'm really surprised that Lopetegui's not putting Raul in at all. I thought he was having a couple of good games and getting somewhat close to the player he used to be, but he's not only not started, but hasn't got on the pitch for a few matches now. But obviously there's reasons there, but I did think Costa was poor today. Maybe it was a case of put him in against his old team, see if it fires him up. but I think he lost the ball a bit and he misplaced a couple of passes. So he was sort of the only one that I thought didn't really have a good game. I thought everyone else was immense. And it's a massive 3 points, especially with a couple of the other relegation teams winning, albeit against other relegation teams. So, we haven't really widened the gap from the relegation zone. I suppose we have by a couple of points, but it's still not enough. But a really good performance, great 3 points that we needed. And I think I can go sit down now. I normally have to stand up and pace around for the last 5-10 minutes of any match, but today I couldn't even sit down from kickoff. So I'm going to go have a rest and recuperate and get ready for the next match next weekend. So come on, you Wolves.